Hello folks, I'm going to explain to you how to set up courses and programs on ClassTrack, and this is for beginners who are trying to set up their course structures or program structures on ClassTrack. And then I will also explain how a teacher can add students, or how the administrator can add students and allocate classes to the students. We will go step by step. So first step is how to create a new program and what are the steps involved in completing the academic structure. So the first thing I'm going to do is sign in as an administrator. We have a demo login, which even you can use to log in and check out our backend. So you click on sign in, and here in the email, username, or roll number section, you can simply put your email and or a username. So I will put a username class track, which you can also use to test our learning management system. And the password is class track 123, all small letters. And I can just click on sign in. Now, once I sign in, I can see that the administration dashboard has loaded. So it has different sections. This particular section is for to tell you how many teachers you have, how many students, and how many programs, just the number, what's going on basically, how many new classes or total classes have been started. And in this section, you will see how many paper sheets of paper you've saved by doing all the actions of creating classes, taking attendance, giving assessments, and many other activities that you can do on ClassTrack. So on the right, you can see today's batch calendar. This will list all the batches for today. So batches are basically class groups. So if there's a group of students who are taking one particular course together in a classroom or maybe online, but they're attending that course together. So that is what we define as a batch. So wherever you see batch, it means a group of students who are part of the same class. Now there are different batches. So these are all different batches, the 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. business communication batch, and it shows the teacher's name as well. Now, let's say if I want to create a new academic structure. So what I will do is you can see the left menu here. In this left menu, you have academics. So you can click on academics, and then you can create programs and courses. So before you do that, most likely we have already created the intakes for you. So intakes are just month and year. So January to December 2021, for example, would already be created. But if you need any historical data like from 2018 or 2017, you can just tell us in this chat on the right hand side that I want to please add the intakes from 2018 January till 2021 December. So we will add those intakes for you. You don't have to worry about it. If you want to add the intakes yourself, you can actually come back here on the left hand side and click on intake. So as you can see, different intakes have already been added, and you can just either import an Excel or you can add an intake one by one. So you can always select a particular intake and just define the month and the year, and just you don't need to give the start date and due date. Due date is basically, start date is the date when this particular semester is going to start, and due date is the fee due date, for reminder to students, to make their fee payment, otherwise their name will be withdrawn. So you just click on save, and we go back, and you can see that April 2021 has been created. So this way you can create intakes. Majors are fields of study, for example, accounting, business, information technology, hospitality, the major fields. And programs are the actual programs like diploma in hospitality management or diploma in business management, or some religious studies, bachelor's degree in religious studies. So those are those come under the program. And courses are part of programs. So basically, a program can consist of multiple courses. So program is just a category, but courses are the ones where the actual content is created. So whenever you have to create a content or a course outline or anything related to the course, so you go to the courses. So if you have already created some courses here, you can simply create a program course relation. So the first step is create the program. Then next step, add the courses, and then establish a program course relation. So for example, I'll just to give you an example, I will add a new program. So let's say I go to add a new program. I click on add program on the right, and then I will just select some field of study, let's say business, and I create a program code. There is, let's say, BBA, and I say Bachelor of Business Studies or Business Administration because it's BBA. So I have created this particular program. I can always give the program description, opportunities, requirements, and enrollment. Like if you want in the enrollment page, when the student is trying to automatically enroll into the program, what details do you want to show? You can always create here, and then you can just click on save. So I've created the program BBA. Now I will create a few courses. So I will click on courses and I can just, let's say, add one course. The course code may be BBA-01, and the title would be, let's say, Business Management Introduction. Business Management Introduction. And you can set the fee for a particular course. Let's say it is $1,200. How many credits, if the student completes the course, then how many credits would that student get? This is good for colleges and universities where students can transfer from one college to another, and they can carry forward the credits that they have completed in one college, and take it along with them with the other to the other college, so that they don't have to repeat the same course. And of course, if for some colleges which accept international students as well, we have a facility to give an international amount. And then the course duration. So let's say this course duration is 100 hours. So it will be there. Rest of the fields are not really important. Just click on save. So I've created the BBA-01 course. And let me create the program course relation now. So I want to now tell ClassTrack that the BBA program contains one course, which is BBA-01. So I go to the program course relation, and here I can simply just click on the list of programs, and I will just type BBA, and here it is, BBA. Now, let's say this is BBA1. So if I type BBA in the search, it will give me the course that I just created. So I click on the left section so that it moves the course on the right section. So all the courses on the right section will be part of this particular program. So this is really handy because you may want that one course should be a part of multiple programs. So with the program course relation system, you can create a one common course which can be part of different programs. So which is very handy for a lot of bigger universities and colleges. So after you actually transfer the course here, so let's say if by mistake you transferred this course onto the right, you want to transfer it back to the left, just click back on the left portion. So like this, you can just remove or add the course to the program, and then you can click on save. Now you're ready to create a teacher who will be available to teach this particular course. So we have the instructor section here where you have the teacher list, and in the teacher list you can always click on add, and add a teacher. So let's say my full name would be, let's say, business teacher one, and let's say I will just give the email bt1@classtrack.com. I will repeat that, bt1@classtrack.com, and let's say it's female, and that's it. You don't need anything else, just the name of the teacher and their emails, and you just click on add. So the moment the teacher is added, it automatically takes you to the teacher course relation system. So just like we have program course relation, we also have teacher course relation. This allows you to define which all subjects can this teacher teach. So I say, okay, yeah, right now I've just hired this teacher to teach business management introduction, which I just created. So I will just select this and click on save. Now I have added the teacher and established a relation with the course. Now I'm ready to start the class. So how do you start the class? You just simply click on the class batch menu and click on add class. So when we click on add class, we just need to select the program. So let's say we just select the program that we created, Bachelor of Business Administration, April 2021, and business management introduction is, so it will automatically list all the courses which we had added in the program course relation section. So we just added one course, so it's showing only one. So this course belongs to this particular program. And let me take a previous intake just for this example, because I want to mark the attendance. If I take a future intake, then it will not allow me to mark the attendance, as is, ClassTrack does not allow you to mark the attendance for any future date, just like any other attendance management system. But you can definitely mark attendance for prior dates, for previous dates, and the current date. Okay, so let's say this batch, as I explained before, batch is a group of students who are attending the class together. So let's say this batch comes to me on on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and it started in November. Let's say on November 10th, which was a Tuesday, and the timings are 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. Okay, and it automatically selected business teacher one, which was the only teacher which could teach this particular course. So you don't have to search from all the other teachers. It'll automatically select. If there were multiple teachers available to select to teach this particular course, then it would have given you multiple choice here, and you would have selected one or more teachers together to teach. Now, after you've selected all these things, so I will just go ahead and revise it. Basically, you selected the program, the intake, and the course, and then you decided the days on which you're going to conduct this particular class. If it is an online class, then you don't need to select these days. You can select all days, and basically all days are available to the students. They can do the course according to their own preferences, and it's all self-paced. But for teacher-led courses, it is important to schedule the classes in such a way on which the teacher is available to teach. So after I've done this, of course, there's an option of max seats. So maximum seats is, for example, if you are conducting a class in a room which can only accommodate 20 students, so you can say that, yeah, at a time this particular batch can only have 20 students, so you can change this to 20. The default is 1,000, so that you don't have to worry about it being less than usual. So you can always change this later as well. The facility that we have here is that you can change the hours right here as well. So you're not stuck with 100 hours. Maybe it's a fast track course and you want to do do this particular course in 50 hours, so you can always change this to anything you want. And we have these few check boxes here. If you see, these check boxes are important. So this is check teacher overlapping. So if this particular teacher is busy at this time during these days, then it will automatically give you an error and it will show you where that teacher is busy, in which class. And similarly, when you overlapping, so a lot of times when this teacher is allocated to a particular room number for that period of time, then during the same period of time and days, another teacher cannot be allocated. So we already have the venue overlapping check. And we have the student overlapping check as well. So we have given you an option that if, let's say, a teacher is teaching two batches together in the same room, then you can just simply switch this off. And if all the teachers are teaching online, then you can just switch check venue overlapping off, so that the system does not check the overlapping. And then you can click on save. Once you click on save, okay, I'm sorry, I should have changed this to PM, because it gives an error that 9 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. is not possible, so it's 12:30 p.m. So now I can click on save. Okay, so these are the days of the batch, and these are the months in which these batches are going to be conducted. So if you see here, there's a month slider, a month drop down. So you can select whether you want to see November or December or January. But whenever you come to this batch, it will automatically load the current month. And it will automatically shift the current date to the first column. This is an amazing thing that we've done for the teachers, so that they don't have to search the current date. So this current date automatically comes as the first column. So you don't have to worry about the number of days here. Now, basically, what happens is now we add the students to this particular batch. So to add the students, there are two places where you can click. Either you can click on add students, or you can click on this plus sign. So when you click on the plus sign, and the students are already added in your system through bulk upload, then you can always either type the roll number or the student number or the name. So I will just type demo student 1 or 2, let's say, like this. So I will just add a few students, and I will click on add students. So now you see quickly, 3 students have been added here. If you can see here, there are 3 students who have been added. And now you can take their attendance. So to take the attendance is very simple. Just click on the box here and either click on P, or you can press P on your keyboard as well. So right now, if you see, I pressed P on my keyboard. It entered the P, or the P for present for this student, and automatically moved to the next student. So I can just keep pressing P and P, or A. So let's say if this student is absent, so it will keep going on by when you press your keyboard keys. So like this you can do that. Or if, let's say, you want to mark all the students present in one action, so you can always click on the top cell of this particular day, and you can click on all P. So when you click on all P, it'll just give you a warning that you're doing this as a bulk action, and then it will basically load all of them, or it will make all of them present. So like this, you can actually, if you conducted this batch previously and you want to mark the attendance later, you can always just simply click on the day and click on all present. And let's say even after putting all present, if you want to say no, okay, on this date, this student was absent, so you can always click on the student as absent. If a student was late, you can always click on this, and you can click on L. So when you click on L, it will give you an option that, okay, this student was supposed to come at 9:30 a.m., but the student came at 9:30 or 10:30 a.m. So this student is now 1 hour late. So it will show L1. That means the student was late by 1 hour. Now I will tell you how an assessment can be created. So you can just simply click on Add Assessment. When you click on Add Assessment, you can either select from the existing assessment types, which other teachers might have created, or you can create your new. So you can click on Add New, and you can just type here PVA Assignment 1 as the name, and it's a 1 hour assignment. The weightage is, let's say, 10%, and the paper, the test or the assignment is out of 50 marks. Okay, so 50 marks is from which you will give the marks to the student, and 10% out of that marks that you give will go towards the final weightage. And of course, you choose the assessment date. So you can just click on this. So the amazing thing about ClassTrack is that it'll show you the batch days in green, so that you don't have to guess which your batch days were. And so you can just decide, okay, my batch started on November 10th, and I gave this assignment on November 19th, so I can just select this and click on Save. So once you click on Save, this assessment goes in the assessment section. Now, how do you access the assessment section? It's very simple. Just click on this assessment button on the left, this green button. When you click on that, you can see this BBA assignment 1 is there. Now, if you conducted this assignment on paper, and or some task was given to the students and you are going to mark it, you can just simply click on the 00 against this particular student and just assign the marks. Let's say I assign 45 marks. Now I can always press enter. So once I press enter, it will automatically go to the next student. So like this, it's very easy. I just put enter and I just put the marks. So like this, I have manually entered the marks, and so 45 marks, so 9 marks, because it's a 10 weightage, which has gone towards the final. So it is not showing the marks here, because with these kind of things, you just have to click on refresh sheet. So once you click on refresh sheet, you can see that the marks are now updated. So the ClassTrack system automatically shows you these kind of badges based on the system that you have used. So you can always click on ClassTrack, and like you can set up the badge system or some kind of awards or medals that you want to give to the students based on their performance. So you can give that, and this is how you give marks to the assessment. Now let me take you through the system of sending online homework or online assignments to students. It's very simple. Let's say we just add another assignment here, add assessment, and I want to name it as uh, an assignment. It's a 1 hour assignment, again 10% towards this 50 marks assignment. I want to choose a date, let's say in December, on December 22nd, I want to send it. So I can just click on save. Now you can see in the assessment section, there is one assignment here. Now this assignment is actually an online questionnaire that I want to send to the students. So I can just click on assignment, the name of the test, and click on online test here. So when I click on online test, I can simply go and define, okay, the name of the assignment. Then is it an assignment or a real test or a practice test? The difference between these three is very simple. You click on if you click on assignment, it will be like a homework assignment which has an expiry date. It has a start date and an expiry date. That means the students have a deadline until this particular date to finish the assignment, and it is not timed. That means there's no countdown timer while you are giving that assignment. Whereas a practice test it has a deadline. As you see, there's no start time. There's a deadline and then there's a duration, so 1 hour. So uh, this particular test will have a countdown timer. So the moment the student starts the test, there will be a countdown timer. And that countdown timer, the moment it is over, the test will be automatically submitted. Whether the student has finished or not, the test will be automatically submitted. So that is what we call a practice test. And the real test is when if you see it changes to start on. So basically you give the start date and time. The test will automatically start at that date and time. If the student is late, they just simply lose those number of minutes where which they are for which they are late, and the test will submit exactly after 60 minutes after this particular time. So this is like a real test, where you have a physical test and there's a scheduled date and time. You have to reach there on time or maybe before time. And the moment you start the test, you have exactly 60 minutes or whatever, 3 hours to complete that test. So while these tests are going on, even the assignment, you can select whether the student will be able to see the desktop or any other things, or it will be just full screen only for the test. Then, are you going to record this test? Record in the sense the video of the student while giving the test. It is like proctoring. And do you want to record the audio of the student as well while they give the test? And do you want to get their ID image? That means they will have to hold their identity document or identity proof along with their, besides their face, and a picture will be taken which will be recorded just to ensure that it is the right person who is giving the test. So let's say if all these are yes, and you click on create. So it will take you to the test window. This is the amazing test window. It's very simple. It has left section is for your questions. So what you need to do is you just need to say, okay, um, give answers to the two tasks assigned in this test. Okay, then you give task one. They make a presentation on COVID-19 and its impact on the financial strategies of banking institutions. Then you have task two, make a chart of the GDP report of your country for comparing the performance of 2019 and 2020. So basically you have created two tasks. You can always beautify this more, like make it bold or just give it a different color. So basically you need two tasks to be answered by the students. But here you see there are a lot of answers. So we have given a very obvious button which says how many answers. So what do you want to call your answer? So I want to call my answer task. And how many answers are there? So two. And just click on submit. So now you will see that it will create task one and task two. So students will have an option to write anything on in task one and task two and submit their answers. Now, after you have created the test, the next step is you will click on send notification to students. So let's say I click on send notification to students, and it will give me only my batch students. It will not give me any other students. So, and I can always click on select all and click on send notifications. So once I click on send notifications, you can click on check task and assign marks. So here you can see that these three students have been assigned. They have not read the notification yet. Now let me go and log in as a student and see how it goes. So let's say I go to this student, demo student one. I can Best thing about ClassTrack is that when you go to the student section, you can actually shadow the student and see what the student login looks like, only if you're an administrator, not a teacher. So let me shadow the student. So this student has all these batches, and we have this BBA01. This is our batch. You can see that a few of the courses have shown this camera. So basically, this camera is shown if the virtual classroom is accessible by the student right from here. So if let's say the teacher is using Zoom or Google Meet or Teams or even our built-in virtual classroom system, they can, if the link of that is pasted in the batch, then the student can just click here and join that particular classroom. So now, if you scroll down, you can see that there's an online test notification for the student. So the student has been given an assignment. So the student can just simply say start test or task, and the student has to basically take a picture of this particular, like they can hold the ID card and everything. So you can just click on open and you can just say capture, and that's it. Your picture is going to be captured and you can say save. So once this picture is saved, now the student is allowed to give the test. So the student will now just type, I'm just going to type some junk values here. And as the student is typing, the word count is automatically coming. So they can keep track of the word count. So I will just type in both the things, and let's say here, let's say I had to create a chart and upload a file, so I can always click on upload file, and a file can be uploaded. Or the student can actually insert an image right here as well. So let's say if the student wants to insert an image right here, they can just double click on any text and click on image, and they can just simply uh, drag and drop an image like this, and it can be an image, it can be a video, it can be anything. And after the student has finished, then you can just simply click on submit test. So once the student submits the test, we will just return back to the assessment view, and we'll just refresh it, and you can see that this demo student one has submitted the test. Now the teacher can just view it by clicking on view. Once the teacher clicks on view, the answer sheet loads, and whatever the student had typed, it comes here. And if there's any file, then those files will come here. And the picture of the student, giving the test, or with the ID proof is also given here. Now the teacher can actually just click on marks obtained, and let's say it's out of 25, so it's 20 marks, and this one is also 25, so this one is, let's say, 24. So you see total of 44 marks are there, and the teacher can just simply say click on update assessment marks. So when they click on update assessment marks, the marks are successfully updated, and they can go to back to batch. And if you see the assessment here, see 44 marks are automatically updated. So we have a lot of other things. For example, if the teacher wants to create an entire lesson structure, so you can click on LMS, and here you can create LMS, and we have given a very easy way to create the lesson structures. You can click on create structure. It will open the create structure system, so you can add more chapters. In the chapters, you can add multiple lessons. In the lessons, you can add multiple topics. So we have given you enough hierarchy to follow. So you can just leave it at lessons with just one topic, or you can have any complex scenario. So let's say I've added three chapters, and each chapter has a few lessons, and few of the lessons have some topics. So you can create a very complex structure in minutes. And once you create this structure, you can see on the left, you have all these chapters and titles and lessons that you created. So you can see each title is here. So you can to put content, let's say I go to chapter 1, lesson 1, and I want to put some PowerPoint presentation or any kind of image or anything here. So I can just simply click on this, and I can either add a file, which can be a PDF or a Word file or any other file that I want, or it can be just maybe an image or a video. So if I want to put a video, I can always just upload that video on YouTube. So let's say if it is a YouTube video, and I go to, let's say, how to set up courses. This is a video, or let's say this is one video which I want to use, and I just simply click on to get, or you can say share, and then you can copy. And once you copy, you can just simply go back to this particular link and just paste the URL here, and it'll automatically be there. So right now, in the demo, we have disabled this. Otherwise, you can just simply paste the URL. And you can also enable a quiz. So if, let's say, if this particular topic has a quiz, so you can just say enable quiz, and you have to create the quiz through our quiz builder, and you can just simply click on the name of the quiz or the test series that you want to update here, and just click on update. So when you open this, it'll basically be the topic and the quiz. So when the student gives has this, when you if you see the preview, then the student will be able to give the quiz and get the marks from it. So this is our lesson structure builder. And if you face any difficulty, just use our chat at the bottom right. You can type any message to us, and it will reach us instantly, and we will help you. I hope you will like this tutorial. There are a lot more features that we have, which you can explore in my organization or my institute. We have a system for landing pages. In the landing page, we have like a website builder, which is like a proper website builder, which you can create any kind of templates or any particular website landing page you can create like this, and you can modify it the way you want to. And if you want, you can just simply create a new template or create multiple pages and then link them with each other to create a simple or a complex website. And as far as other things are concerned, we have the emails and letters manager. So you can create letter templates. You can create like sections of the letters, like header, footer, and then you can create full letter templates. And then you can generate those letters and send them to any students based on different criteria. We have the world's most amazing task manager, in which you can have different task paths. So you can have your sales pipeline, and you can just simply drag from one point to another, or you can have a checklist system that if you click on one checklist, it should do something. It will just move from one place to another. If, let's say, you did it by mistake, you can always click on undo, and it'll come back to, it'll just reverse that action for you. And there's a lot more. There are a lot of reports. You built an account management system and built-in forms. So you can go to forms and create your own forms. So this is like, for example, a placement test form. So you can just generate a QR code which you can display on your front desk. So every time you want someone to fill that form, you can just simply show the QR code. And if you want to create a new form, it's very simple. Just just drag and drop text fields, headers, drop down menu, file upload, date field, anything, check boxes, anything you want, and multi-page forms can be created with ease. So thank you so much for watching this long demo. I know it was a long demo, but I hope it has given you enough knowledge how to start with your academic structure. you can always call on 1833 my track. That is 1833 MYTRACK, my track, to know more about us. And you can always use our chat system to find out how more things can be customized. I wish you all good luck, and we hope that we will be your partner in success. And have a good day. Bye bye.